First thing Saturday morning, today's upper body intensity day, so we'll be on the football bar for a double at, I believe, 279 pounds. So I'm excited to get under the bar, move some weight, and see how this strength progression is truly moving along. The football bar has been providing an incredible yield relative to strength progressions and returns over the last 8 to 10 weeks. Every single week we've been gaining just a little bit of ground, and that's all we can ask for. Small, manageable progressions. It simply tells us that the work we're employing in terms of secondary work recovery and quality of food intake is allowing us to adapt to the stress that's being applied. So slow progress can never be confused with no progress. And to be completely honest, adding about 22, 23 pounds to a moderately heavy pressing exercise that was already moderately heavy is something that's extremely excitable, because that doesn't happen very often anymore. Football bar at 279 pounds for a double moving smooth. A little bit sticky on rep number 2, but nothing significant when considering the 4 rep top end set that I ran last week and how sticky rep 4 actually was. Then I ran a couple of back off sets here, 11 doubles. Followed that up with some single arm landmine rows as per last week, a little bit heavier, a little less reps. We'll be getting rid of the landmine rows for the next training block and employing some other secondary back variety. We did run the upright rows again. This is week 6 or 7 in a row. It might even be week 9 of running the upright rows. So we're finally moving over 100 pounds for sets across. Then we went into our secondary tricep work, still continued on with some high rep tricep press downs with the V-bar, but I must have been off my game a little bit, because watching this video with some clear eyes at a reasonable hour of the day, it's evident that my form was not that good. Wasn't horrible, but it could definitely improve. And then we finished off this upper body training session with some heavy cheat hammer curls, where I allow a little bit of momentum, a little bit of form breakdown, simply to overload a smaller muscle group. And it's rare that I throw in some direct bicep work, but once a week we try and get in 1 or 2 sets of as much. Other than that, we'll catch you guys tomorrow for some lower body heavy training. The best way to start a Sunday at 5 a.m. Checking in Saturday evening. I meant to do this brief recap of this morning's workout right after the workout, but of course a day got away from me, which often happens when operating a business. But regardless, I wanted to make sure I squeezed this in before I completely forgot to do it. Training went exactly as planned today. That 279 for a double on the football bar. Little bit of a grinder on the second rep. Nothing too bad. It was still relatively smooth, to be completely honest. But to consider that the last time I was on the football bar as a part of a training block, that was 1 pound less than my previous all-time best single, and it moved smoothly. So that was extremely encouraging. I'm going to be releasing a blog Sunday, so you may or may not see this before or after, but it's simply on the topic of personal progressions in the gym and how important they are in order to basically let you know that your training is effective. Because if it wasn't effective, it wouldn't yield progressive results. And if you're making measurable progressions under the bar, then you know that you're adapting relative to the stress that you're applying. Your formula is in check, considering stress plus recovery equals adaptation. You're applying adequate stress and you're recovering from said stress. And both of those are important factors, because technically you could apply too much stress and not recover, or not enough stress and have nothing to recover from. So, it's a delicate balance to strike, but if you nail it, you hit PRs. And that's exactly what I did today. And I won't lie, I was a little bit nervous getting under the bar, but I am feeling great after managing that, and I'm excited to get to bed right now at 7:30. I'm getting to sleep early on a Saturday night because we got big weight to move on the squat and deadlift Sunday morning.